guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again from Paleo Problem Long Island and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, why is Jiu Jitsu so addicting?
I'm the caveman.
And the answer is neurotransmitters. Now, I know it seems pretty obvious that your brain chemicals are going to have a role in the addictive properties of Jiu Jitsu. In particular, we're looking at 4 of them. We're looking at dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and beta endorphins. Now, most exercise and other physical activity is going to release those neurotransmitters, but Jiu-Jitsu and other grappling arts have some particular advantages over most forms of exercise. So let's break them down a little bit. When you're participating in Jiu-Jitsu, one of the things you're dealing with is that fight or flight response, right? So we're looking at the release of stress hormones, things like adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol, and in order to get us to that process, particularly in the case of noradrenaline and adrenaline, we have to go through dopamine. Now, dopamine is one that we most commonly associate with addictive properties, given its role in the reward center. So when we get dopamine, we get happy. And most recreational drugs, gambling, and other addictions find their root majorly in dopamine release. So that initial fight or flight response to avoid getting choked, armbarred, everything else, gives you a nice surge of dopamine to get there. Next up, we have those beta endorphins, which are most commonly associated with the runner's high, right? They allow you to push through pain, allow you to keep training. Even though it would normally hurt a lot, well, now you can keep going. It doesn't matter. It's why oftentimes you might not feel a tweak in your elbow, let's say after an armbar, until a lot later you're like, oh, my arm really hurts. But while you were on the mat, you didn't even notice. That's generally those beta endorphins. After that, we have serotonin, which is one that gives you a mood enhancement, particularly when you're thinking about things you achieved. So let's say, oh man, that Kimura I hit was sick. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, you're gonna get a bump of serotonin there. So actually thinking back on your techniques you learned, different roles, and how they ended up, those are gonna give you a bump in serotonin. And the last one we're gonna focus on today, that oxytocin, that one is the one that's associated with love, physical embrace. So we most commonly see it when we're talking about women who are pregnant, but any kind of physical contact can result in the release of oxytocin. And on the mat, you're getting a lot of physical contact. Now, that right there helps to build and strengthen relationships with the people on your team. It creates a happiness, and that's a major part of the Jiu-Jitsu community, that whole family aspect, just the closest you have to the people you train with. So putting it all together, the dopamine gives you that immediate gratification, that reward, and keeps you coming back. You want that feeling again. That's one of the biggest drivers. From there, the beta endorphins allow you to fight through the pain that, if you stub your toe, you might be like, ow, and you stop. But on the jiu-jitsu mat, because of those beta endorphins, because of that high, you don't care. You fight right through it, and you keep going. So you want that feeling too. The serotonin, the gratification you feel after an event, like, oh man, like I said, that Kimura was great. I really finished that bow and arrow choke. It was awesome. You get that serotonin release. And finally, that oxytocin, that familial bond you get with your training partners. All of those together just complete the package that makes you want to keep getting back onto that mat. So your biggest takeaways are that when you engage in physical activity, you end up getting a release of neurotransmitters, and you get happy, ideally. Now, the reason why Jiu-Jitsu and grappling arts are particularly strong for that, the surges of dopamine, beta endorphins, serotonin, and oxytocin are going to drive you to get back onto that mat. But that last one, that oxytocin, is what really drives it. The dopamine brings you back to the mat, but the oxytocin makes that bond. But all 4 of those neurotransmitters together are what are going to make you keep coming back to Jiu-Jitsu. So, hopefully it helped you out, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island, and of course over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go do some Jiu-Jitsu, ideally at Long Island MMA, and I'll see you tomorrow. You're willing to eat that, and you don't want to have to prepare it at home. The fact that it's not organic, don't worry about it. Jump on.